Yo, what's up, my bubbly boys? Back here in another video. Hope you guys having an amazing day. Today is going to be a very special one since today I'm showcasing the very first official Fiendsmith live twin deck post Alliance Insight. And I do have to say, my thoughts on the deck. The deck is way better than I would have ever expected. Setting up massive boards, playing through Nibiru and other hand traps almost completely, and breaking boards really, really well. I am extremely confident that this is the best possible list for this format. Okay, so you came to the right place for in terms of looking for live twin, the best live twin deck list out there, right? So much as so I've played countless games with this exact deck list and won every single one. If you want proof, here's my rank on Omega now. Note that you only get around 20 points for each win, and I started with below 100. Damn! Yeah, pretty crazy, right? So before we get started, I just want to give out a huge shout out to Pac because he is the mother trucking goat, okay? And really deserves the credit since this list is heavily inspired by his list. So I will leave the link to his channel in the description down below. And if you want more content like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe with that notification bell so you never miss another video. And by the way, it is free. And comment down below what you'd like to see in the near future. Thoughts on the deck list or things that I might have missed, okay? Now let's not waste any more of your time and hop right into it. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be separating it into two parts. One is going to be going over the deck list card by card, and then the second part is going to be showing a replay just to show the true power of this deck. I'm not going to go over any combos since there's a lot of combos I really want to go in depth with you guys on. I just give you as much information as I can in the combo portion. I mean, in a combo video. So I'm going to do that in a separate video, so that way I could go more in depth with you guys and leave this video not having to be so long, if that makes sense, right? So this video is going to be just showcasing a deck list and the replay, and later on we're going to be doing a combo video, so don't forget to hit that notification bell when you subscribe so that way you won't miss that video, right? So for our starters, we're going to be going over starters first. So for our live twin starters, we have 3 Keyskill, 3 Keyskill Frost, 2 Lila, and then 3 Sunny Snitch. These are all your one card live twin starters. Keyskill is for obvious reasons because Keyskill deal and helps you play around hand traps. So it's, say for example, your Keyskill gets negated, you can still play through it just fine, right? Same thing with Keyskill Frost. Keyskill Frost is going to be also another one of those one card combo deck, one card combo starters, and it basically gets you an extra draw as well, so why not? And what's really nice about Keyskill Frost is that it doesn't act only as a normal summon, right? So you don't have to worry about drawing into too many normal summons, since it also can act as an extender, right? And that free draw is just makes it more of an impact into the game as it is. I really like having 3, especially since I don't like running Secret Password this format, since Droll is running around rampant today. I mean, not today, in this format. So that is why I'm not you don't see Secret Password as a starter, because I personally think that Secret Password, even having a 1, is just not it, to be honest. I really don't like Secret Password in today's format. So as a replacement for that, I'm running Keyskill Frost, right? So next after that, you have 3 Sunny Snitch. The deck does not lose to Droll whatsoever. So Sunny Snitch, you get Droll and Sunny Snitch, is fine. You can still play through it just fine. I don't know why people think that this deck loses to Droll. It does not lose to Droll at all. And yeah, so next after that, 3 Sunny Snitch. 3 Sunny Snitch just searches for any of your live twin starters. Most of the time you're going to be searching for Keyskill, but sometimes you can also search for something like a sweep, which basically just negates whatever card your opponent responds to your live twins with, right? And of course you have 2 Lila. 2 Lila, you just basically need it for extra names, to be honest. And it's just acts as another starter, so why not? You need to maximize as many starters as you want. I'm only running 2 because you don't want to run too many normal summons in the deck. Remember, I don't consider Frost as a normal summon, so I'm only running 2 Lilas and 3 Keyskill. So it's 5 normal summons. I really like having 5 normal summons in the deck. 1 Sweet. I cannot stress this enough. I do not believe that you need multiple Sweets. Sweet is a one-of, and that is it, okay? In my personal opinion, how it works for me is I believe that Sweet is a one-of. It doesn't act as a starter. It doesn't act as an extender, and it doesn't really do much, right? It only negates cards that respond to your live twin specifically, so it is not going to negate anything else, right? So I would rather have something like Call by the Grave that could negate something, or like Triple Tactics Talent that could go and draw into something that's actually as an extender, like Engraver and something like that. So I really don't like having Sweet as a what's it gonna call it? I really don't like having Sweet as like a 2 of or 3 of. I really like only having it as a 1 of, and that is it, right? And let's say, for example, you do happen to draw it. It does not matter whatsoever, because you could summon it from deck, from your hand off of the main deck key skill, right? So I really don't like having multiple Sweets. I really think 1 is enough. And of course, you have Treat here. Treat is really only here for the 2-card combo, in which you could go into the Gym Buster. The Gym Buster is a very nice card because it lets you go ahead and play through Nibiru and other hand traps as well. It helps you play around basically any monster hand traps, I guess, if that makes sense. So it helps you play around Nibiru, but it helps you play around Ash, stuff like that, whatever. And it also serves as another negate on your board as well. So if they happen to not play a Nibiru or something, it's still an extra negate on board. So just take it. Take the opportunity when you can. You know, just the Gym Buster is so free. I wouldn't see a world where you wouldn't run it, especially since you have so much room in your deck, right? Okay, next, that is it for the live twin cards. Let's go on to the Fiendsmith stuff. We have 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, and 1 Tract. Also, going along with that, we have 1 Paradise. Paradise, I believe, is main deckable now. You need Paradise because it just gives you 1 extra disruption for your opponent. And 3 Engraver, a reason for 3 Engraver is just going to act as one of your extenders through Nibiru. Not only through Nibiru, but as well as just an extender in general. If you don't, and it also acts as a starter if you don't open up your live twins, right? So it's going to act as a starter plus an extender. It's just a very insane card overall. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't run 3. 1 Lacrima, of course, it acts as a starter as well as its main for your main combo. Lurie just goes along with the Tract. Tract is it's a search target for Fiendsmith. And then of course you have Paradise you send off of Lacrima as on your opponent's turn, right? So as a budget option, what you can do, because I know some people can't afford Tract. Tract is the only optional card here. Everything else is mandatory. If you do want to replace Tract, what you could do is cut the Tract, cut the Lurie, and then cut an Engraver for 1 copy of Sanct. Okay, that is going to cut your starters from 17 to 15, I believe. But it is definitely still a very good budget option. A good target for Engraver. It just it's not as good because sometimes you do need Engraver as an extender, and Engraver is not going to be able to be as valuable as an extender unless you control no monsters, or all the monsters you control are light fiends, in which it doesn't really feel that good, to be honest. So Engraver is not going to be that valuable of an extender, but it's still a very good budget option if you just want to play the deck, right? So that is an option for you. And then after that, the 2 extra slots, you could just use it for extra non-engine, right? You could run something like Valor if you want, or just more consistency. Maybe you want to run another Lila, and then maybe another hand trap or something. It's all up to you, okay? Alrighty, so that is it for the main deck. That is a 20-card main deck, 20-card engine. So now that leaves us with 20 more cards that we could put as non-engine, right? So for my personal 20-card non-engine is 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, 3 Droll, 3 Imperm, 3 Bell for hand traps. Just Ash in general just helps you play around Full Loss, and just is a very generically good hand trap as it is. There should be no explanation for it. 3 Nibiru, such an impactful hand trap. If I can please stop removing cards from my deck, that would be very nice. So yeah, 3 Nibiru, so impactful. Definitely wouldn't replace it. Droll is also really good because it helps you play through Full Loss as well. And then you have 1 Call by the Grave as well. Call by the Grave just basically helps you play through hand traps. Is also a very good board breaker in certain matchups, so very nice. And after that, you have 3 Imperm. 3 Imperm is very nice, of course, as a hand trap, and you had, and an extender. And then of course you have Bell. Bell is one of my most favorite cards for this format. It has so many applications in this format, you have no idea. It's good against Malice. It's good against Blue Eyes. It's good against Fiendsmith. It's good against Labyrinth. It's good against Branded. It's good against so many of those graveyard-reliant decks, as well as also being a defensive card. You could use this as to play around Bystials, right? If they go ahead and try to Bystial one of your live twins, you could go Bell in response, and they won't be able to banish it, which is very, very nice. And Bell is also very good for Call by the Grave or something like that. They try to Call by the Grave, you just Bell it. It's an insane card, and it comes up so many games. It's almost baffling to me. One of the most valuable hand traps this format, in my personal opinion. And instead of running the 18 hand traps, instead of running 18 hand traps, I went with 15 and then Droplet. Since Droplet is such an impactful card and such a valuable card this format, I didn't think that there was a world where you shouldn't run it. If you can run it, you're gonna run it. And Droplet just has so much synergy with the deck, since the live tunes can just have our free targets for Droplet, so it's absolutely insane. And after you have one Talons, of course, Talons being an insane card against hand traps as it is, right? Next for the extra deck, you have 1 key skill, 2 Lila, 1 key skill deal, and 1 Trouble Sunny. Okay. Reason why we're running one of each of everything except for the Lilas is because Lilas is one of those cards where you can't recycle, unlike the Trouble Sunny, Deal, and Kisko, since they're all light fiends, right? So Engraver, Sequence, and basically any of the Fiendsmith cards that shuffle back, they could all shuffle back these light fiend monsters in order to go ahead and use them again, right? So you're gonna be constantly recycling them, so there's no reason to be running multiples. And Lila's the only one that you can recycle since she's a dark fiend, right? So I run 2 Lilas, and then everything else is 1, right? Next, you have 1 Abaoku, 1 SP Little Knight. Even if you're not running the Unchained engine, which I really do think that the Unchained engine is unnecessary now. The Unchained engine does take up a lot of space in the deck. It takes up like 2 extra deck slots, plus 3 main deck slots, 2 or 3 main deck slots, depending if you're running the 2 Shavar or 1 Shavar. I really don't think it's that necessary no more, because going second, you're going to want to see hand traps instead of some a Shavar or a trap. You're running 2 bricks in the deck and 2 extra deck slots that you don't want to be taking up, right? So my personal opinion at this format, the boards you make are so powerful that you really don't need that extra rage, right? You don't need that extra oomph for the deck in order to make it better, right? Because it's good enough as it is. You don't need to fix what's not broken, right? So next after that, you have 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, 1 Agnum Day. Agnum Day is very insane because it helps you play through Nibiru, and it also helps you just OTK very easily, right? Next you have the Desiree. And then another card that I've really been liking is Duke of Demise. So if you do not know what Duke of Demise does, basically when it's in your grave, you can banish it and add 1 zombie or fiend from your graveyard to your hand. It also gives you an extra normal summon, but that doesn't really matter. You mostly want it for those graveyard effects. So basically what you do, if you get the Beard and you have Engraver in your grave that you still haven't used, you summon back the Engraver, link the token and the Engraver into a Sequence. Sequence can shuffle back the Lacrima and the Requiem into Duke of Demise. Make sure you don't shuffle back the Engraver because you're going to need it. Then you link the Duke of Demise and the Sequence into Agnum Day. Then after that, the Demise can go ahead and banish yourself in order to add Engraver. And an Engraver effect can go ahead and add Sanct or Tract, whatever one you're running. Doesn't matter. It works both ways. And after that, you summon whatever monster you summon off of your spell. And then after that, you can link into a Bow. And then a Bow here, basically what you do is, if you normal summon a live twin this turn, you basically summon out the other one that you summoned, the other one that you didn't summon, right? So if I normal summon Kisko this turn, I'm going to summon back the main deck Lila, and vice versa. So Bao could go ahead and banish yourself, summon back a live twin from grave, and then you could combo off from there, setting up somewhat of a ward instead of just setting up a Nibiru token, which is very nice for the deck. I really like having the ability to play through Nib with this card. It's just a card that I don't think is replaceable, right? And it's a level 6 too, which has some synergy with the deck since you can make Caesar with it too. An absolutely insane card. I love this card. And Necroquip Princess, of course, this helps you go into Caesar. And after that, you have 1 to Gym Buster. This helps you for that 2-card combo that I was talking about earlier. And then you have DDD Wave High King Caesar. Okay. Next for the side deck. The side deck you can really do anything for. You can copy the side deck. Personally, I've been really liking the side deck here. Really, I wouldn't really change it, to be honest. It's so good for so many different matchups. If you're going against Malice, most of the time going second, you're gonna go be siding all these Molcharmis and Lancias in. And like for like the Blue Eyes matchup, you could side in the Fool Loss plus the Lightning Storm and Feather Duster. You also have Strike here that could also act as a going first card. It's just to be able to interrupt your opponent, or let's say if they shifter you, or just have that one blowout card that just blows out your entire turn. You could set this and be able to have something instead of nothing going first, which is very nice. And if you have something like Crossout as well too, I run Crossout here in order to play through Molcharmis even further, because Molcharmis are basically the one card that really hurt this deck, right? Both Meows and Fool Loss. Okay, so now that we are done with the deck list, let's go on to the match replay I wanted to show you guys. Alrighty, welcome to the match replay of today's video. I'm going to be showing you guys a match replay I've had. One of my many games I played with this deck. In this game, I believe I'm going against Mitsurugi Raizio, one of the most represented and top decks of today's format. So I'm going to be showing you guys how this deck performs in this replay. Is absolutely insane against one of the top decks in the game at that, right? So in this scenario, I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Kisco, activate the effect. It's going to go in some back Lilla. We're going to go ahead and link it to Deal. Deal is going to send Sweet. We're going to link it to Kisco. Kisco some back Lilla. This is going to be Requiem. Requiem is going to go ahead and summon back Lacrima. Lacrima is going to send from deck to grave. Also, by the way, this is post side. This is going to be post side deck, so of course you're going to see some side deck cards here. Kiska is going to go ahead and draw, so go Trouble Sunny, summon back to 2 twins. Sweet is going to summon itself back. I'm going to go for a Desiree play here. You also can go for the Caesar line here, which is a bit different. I'll be showing you guys that in the combo portion. In the combo video. But basically, I'm going to go for the Desiree line here just to play around board breakers, okay? So we're going to go ahead and add the Paradise here. Summon back Engraver. Link it to a Bow, then link the Sweet and then Engraver into sequence. And then reason why we did a Bow here first is that way we can still play around Nibiru. Because if they Nibiru us, we just chain a Bow, something from grave, and we still have a Bow that could come back on end phase and just have it as an extra interruption, because we end on something instead of nothing. And after that, we go ahead and summon out our Desiree. Okay. Next sequence that equips itself to Desiree. We discard the Paradise and summon back summon out the Trouble Sunny off of the Bow, and then Bow comes back. And we have a pretty massive board here. So we have an Imperm here. We have a Bow, Trouble Sunny, Desiree, Crossout, which is probably not going to come up. We also have Paradise here. I'm not running 2 Desiree, so Paradise is probably most likely dead here. So he's going to go ahead and go Prayers. He's going to summon out Kusanagi. And then next after that, he's going to go Chain Link 1 Prayers, or Chain Link 2 Kusanagi. Next he's going to go for the new Mitsurugi. New Mitsurugi basically summons from deck and tributes it. He's going to add Rituals. And next we're going to go ahead and go X Raizio. X Raizio is going to go ahead and send the Mirror Logic Aggregator. And then I believe Aggregator targets the Trouble Sunny, so we're going to chain Trouble Sunny here in order to avoid that negation. Oh no, it's target sequence here, since it cannot target the Desiree, right? Which personally, in my personal opinion, I don't think that was a very smart idea, but you could, because he could have negated a Bow, Trouble Sunny. Most likely, we could have went for a Bow, but I guess a Bow just kind of avoids it, so that's why I guess he didn't do it. So I guess it's reasonable. I guess now it makes it Desiree targetable. So I guess that's fine. So I went Trouble Sunny here just to prevent him from getting into his Raizio stuff. So I really wanted to prevent him from getting to either Detonator or Dual Drive. So I go Lilla, go ahead and pop the X. And then Kisco is going to go ahead and draw. He goes ahead and summon Sword at Ice. He's going to go into Evil Swarm. We're going to go ahead and negate the Evil Swarm with our Desiree. So if we didn't have that Desiree here, he would have wiped our whole board completely, which is absolutely insane. We also had the Imperm here if we had the Caesar on board anyways. So next he's gonna go the Mitsurugi. He's gonna basically board wipe us. So we go Imperm onto the Mitsurugi, so that way he can't board wipe. So we have to discard in order to negate that. So I don't think that was necessary Imperm. So a misplay by me. But we're still doing kind of well here. We still have the Bow plus the Crossout plus the Paradise. So I think we should be fine here. We're going to go ahead, a Bow, pop, the ice, preventing him from getting to the 4s, but we still have 2 level 4s here. So he's going to go ahead and go into Detonator attached to Mirror Logic, and then he's just going to go ahead and battle phase, clear almost our entire board here. Desiree is going to send the Detonator. I didn't really want to go send anything else. I don't think anything else would have been as valuable as sending the Detonator, so that's why I sent Detonator, especially since it's a very hard card to deal with. So he goes in and passes turn here. So we have the Evil Swarm Knight to deal with, which basically is going to be a problem during our battle phase. And basically we have whatever follow-up he's going to have, which basically he's going to have that ritual or the prayers or whatever that's going to be able to sacrifice some of that back or whatever, and then just have a board wipe on our turn. So we end up drawing into strike here. Not a very good draw. So we're going to go ahead and Engraver here. He's going to go ahead and chain the Mitsurugi. He's going to attempt to negate. So I send the strike that's not going to do anything anyways in order to summon back the Engraver. We're going to go ahead and link the Lurie into Requiem. Then Requiem effect is going to summon back an Engraver. He's going to go prayers here. Sacrifice, summon out the Kusanagi. And we're going to go in response to that. We're going to use the Paradise, okay? Since we shuffle back the fusion, we could go ahead and send the fusion from our extra deck to grave. So the Mitsurugi is gonna board wipe us. So he's gonna go. So we sent the Mitsurugi with our Desiree, and yeah. So we still haven't normal summoned yet. So we still have the live tune that we had in hand. So we're gonna go ahead and normal summon Lila, summon back Kisko. The Link Kisko is going to send anything. Doesn't really matter here. I just really wanted to have bonus effect where I could draw if they activate anything in response to any of my evil twins. So next we're going to go with Lila, summon back Kisko. Kisko is going to draw here. Go into Trouble Sunny, summon back the 2 twins. Lila's going to pop. And then Trouble Sunny is also going to send a card to grave. Kisko is going to summon back the Lila. And we're going to summon back the Sweet, okay? We're going to sequence here since Kisko is a Light Fiend. So we're going to shuffle back a couple cards here. We're going to go into Duke of Demise. Engraver is going to go ahead and add Tract. We're going to activate Tract, grab discard Lurie, since we shuffle back Lurie. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and go into Link into Agnum Day. Duke of Demise is then going to go ahead and add back an Engraver. We're going to go Agnum Day, target the Engraver, and then summon it back and equip it with the Agnum Day. Engraver is then going to remove that another ritual from his field. Next, we're going to use the Graveyard Effect Attract. Since we had Lurie and Engraver on our board, and I believe it was Sequence, we were able to fusion summon basically a polymerization from Grave. Go ahead and go into our Desiree, which is very, very nice. This is why I like having Tract 100% better more than Sanct, because if I had Sanct here, this definitely would have won me the game, right? So next, we're going to equip the Sequence and the Requiem to the Desiree. We're going to go ahead and enter battle here, go for a couple damage here. And then end turn here. So we just turned nothing into something here. We have a Desiree negate, and we also have a Lila that could go with summon back Kisko that could get us into a draw, potentially getting us another interruption, right? So he's gonna go summon out the Mitsurugi, which is basically gonna board wipe us. Desiree is going to send it to send Mitsurugi to grave if he attempts to negate it. So we're gonna negate it here. He's gonna negate it here, but we also have the Lacrima engraved that could summon back to Agnum Day. So we summon that back to Agnum Day here, which basically Agnum Day can summon back to Desiree. And now he's going to go ahead and attempt to go Mirror. We're going to negate the Mirror. He's going to go Eclipse Twins. Eclipse Twins crash into our Desiree. Summon back to Exiton. Exiton is going to attempt to board wipe, so which he does happen. So what I do, I go cross-eye here, banishing the Strike, because Strike is not one of those cards I really wanted to draw, so I banished it just to thin out my deck a little bit in order to be able to get my chances of drawing into a playable card a little bit higher. So we end up drawing to Nibiru here, not a card I wanted to see at all, but it does not matter whatsoever because we still have Engraver, being able to summon itself back, equipped it, and that was game there. Because then Requiem could go ahead and send us to grave and just attack directly for game. I don't know why this is doing this. But yeah, that was it. My lovely boys, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll be seeing you guys in a later video. See you guys next time. Peace.